Grady was a respected man. He was the Nambardar, the village head. Villagers saw him as a leader. They trusted him. Grady was responsible for resolving disputes. He allocated resources. He upheld the law. Life was simple then. Grady was content. He was respected. He was loved. One day everything changed. Grady started acting differently. He became obsessed with wealth. He craved power. He began favoring the rich. The poor were ignored. He built himself a large house. He wore expensive clothes. He even changed his name to Bona, claiming it sounded more prosperous. The villagers noticed. They whispered about his greed. They saw through his facade. Bona, however, ignored them. He continued his corrupt practices. Bona hid his corruption. He pretended to be pious. He donated small amounts to charity. He prayed loudly in the mosque. He spoke of fairness and justice. All the while, he continued to exploit the villagers. The villagers were deceived. They saw his outward piety. They believed his lies. They trusted that he was still their well-wisher. Bona reveled in his deception. He had fooled them all. He was rich, powerful, and untouchable, or so he thought. Ahmed was a poor farmer. He worked hard to provide for his family. One day, a wealthy landowner seized Ahmed's land. The landowner had no claim to it. He simply wanted more. Desperate, Ahmed went to Bona for help. He pleaded his case. He showed the documents proving his ownership. Bona, however, sided with the landowner. The landowner had bribed him. Bona dismissed Ahmed's pleas. He told him to leave. Ahmed was devastated. He had lost his land. He had lost his livelihood. He lost faith in the very system meant to protect him. Ahmed refused to give up. He knew Bona was corrupt. He decided to expose him. He went from villager to villager. He told them his story. He revealed Bona's lies. At first, people were hesitant to believe him. They had been fooled by Bona for so long. Ahmed persisted. He showed them the documents. He pointed out Bona's lavish lifestyle. Slowly, doubts crept into the villagers' minds. They began to question Bona's actions. The seeds of suspicion were sown. More people came forward. They shared their stories of Bona's corruption. They revealed his bribes. They exposed his lies. The evidence was overwhelming. The villagers were enraged. They had been betrayed by the person they trusted the most. The villagers confronted Bona. They demanded justice. They surrounded his house. Bona panicked. He tried to deny the accusations. He tried to buy their silence, but it was too late. The walls were closing in. The villagers reported Bona to the authorities. The evidence was overwhelming. Bona was arrested. He was stripped of his position. His wealth was seized. Justice had prevailed. The villagers celebrated. They had exposed a corrupt official. They had reclaimed their village. Ahmed was hailed as a hero. He had risked everything to fight for what was right. Bona's story became a lesson for all. Greed and hypocrisy lead to downfall. Honesty and